Hello there everyone and welcome back. We got our 2 eclipses to level 8 finally, and I think I've ultimately decided that this is probably going to be my last episode as Eldar, regardless of whether I get this Voidstalker to level 8. So, we got a poll currently running, that's the hope anyway, over on the top right there. There should be a little indicator of some kind for you to cast your vote for what faction I should play as next. Unfortunately, it only gives me 5 choices there, so it could be a bit problematic as we get to Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, mind you, but at least in this case, with 6 factions anyway, this should be no problem at all. But I have the poll on there, assuming everything's working as intended, so I am looking forward to see what your opinions are, or worst case, just throw in a comment there on what you want seen, because I think there's at least 2 votes for Chaos so far and about 1 for everything else besides Imperial Navy and Orc, if I'm remembering my facts correctly. But either way, let's continue on there, and hopefully I can end off Eldar with a bang. That's the idea anyway. Well, we're getting more Eldar here, and since we're not facing off against Calamar, I'm wondering if I should mix up my playstyle a little bit. Because if this was Calamar, I probably would have considered going with the Eclipses and the Voidstalker again. As much as I loathe going so top heavy, it seems to be working, if nothing else against Calamar for whatever reason. I'm just wondering if it's still going to be the case if I were to go with the Voidstalker and Eclipses, and at the same time he may be lower level, but I seriously want to try and get the experience in. I'm willing to attempt it. It's going with 2 shadows. Is this really a good idea though? I have no maelstroms. I feel like that's a potential liability. So I'm really hesitant on doing that. But I don't have the points. This almost demands that I go with the Eclipses because of how the points line up, I'm not gonna lie. Is this what I really want though? The Pulsars, if nothing else, will make up for the lack of star cannons of the Eclipses, or the Shadows. They have more health, but is this really what I want? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I just know torpedoes will be useful for shooting down the beacons, but I still don't like it. I do at least have extended sensors on the Voidstalker, so it's not a horrible idea, or not a horrible fleet at least. But I don't expect miracles out of the Pulsars, because it's entirely possible I've just been getting lucky in my matches against Calamar 2, because they should be 80% resistance with the holofield, unless there's some weird glitch or bug, or maybe they're technically not really lances because you have to manually control them or manually fire them. So it's possible they may just be suffering from the 50% evasion from the holofield, and I could be imagining this matchup completely differently. Either way, I am going to be a little susceptible to bombers, but I have means to negate it there. I can easily false maneuver and boost away once I pinpoint which is the main target. I just don't know if I want to stay grouped up. Let's try and have these separate. It's going to feel weird with a single ship on each hotkey, mind you, but I am at least comfortable with this. I just don't know if this is still the best strategy. There's a lot I need to learn about the mirror match, at least to actually say that there's a proper way I should be encountering this, because I feel like the Frigate Swarm still is a good idea. I'm just coming to realize that the lack of maelstroms may be hurting me quite notably here. So he is going with the Frigate Swarm in that case there, so could be a fan, could be someone who thinks the same thing I'm thinking, but this will be interesting, because the whole field in theory should be really good against this. It just remains to be seen if they're Arcanites or not. And I do want to try and take out these beacons as well. But reload's probably not a good idea. And the one plus size, he doesn't have... Well, let's see. We're seeing like possibly 3 cruisers on the right here, so they could be Shadows. Well, they would have to be Solarises and a Shadow there of some kind, because I don't think he has the points for it, and I kind of forgot to launch my fighters. That was a big mistake there on my part. If only slightly. And he does have his own torpedoes, so let's try and destroy some of these beacons here. If nothing else, because I don't expect these torpedoes to realistically hit anything else. And if possible, keep my formation spread out. Oh, he's got... Those are Nightshades, or... Wow, they're Nightshades. This could potentially go really well for me because of how fragile these things are. 200 health and 100 health is a big, big difference. Let's not kid ourselves. So he has beacons on there. So I'm gonna have to play very careful and watch for the bombers too. But one Nightshade's gone. And to be perfectly honest, I would like to try with the Nightshades more. But I feel like the Hellborn is so much more better. They have the torpedoes and they have that resilience that's so damn important. I would imagine. I would argue anyway. Especially with how quickly we saw that dang Nightshade fall to just a bunch of star cannons and random pulsars. Alright. So, we are getting spot. Let's see. He didn't jam everything though, so that's not a problem. And this Auger Disruptor is not helpful. And he does have torpedoes, and we are getting flanked. So let's be mindful here. So, we don't have Stasis Bomb here, but we have another one. And Auger Disruptor doesn't help me very much, but let's try and kill off these cruisers. And where's the objective? Way over in the back. And these are Arcanites, so I wonder what the Nightshade was for then. With that said. Although if I can get to the gas cloud, I'm in good shape, but let's finish off this thing quickly. And also, I would like the Maelstrom, but I think we're in a bad spot for that. And I think I may be stuck on the edge of that. Hard to say. Either way, let's get this thing boosted out and alive. Because I don't think it can turn the ships around. This Stellaris should die in a moment. And that Stasis Bomb is useful, but again, the Maelstrom's causing a little bit of problems too. Okay, fire torpedoes. Force his hand a little bit. And now let's get this going, because he is hunting this thing down hard, and I do have a micro warp jump to evade easily enough. So far so good, and yeah, he's losing control there. His things are about to die to a dang single Maelstrom. I'm getting amazing value out of those two Maelstroms right now. So maybe I am right about the Maelstroms causing me the problems here. The lack of, rather. Because we just did a whopping 600 points of damage to those three Arcanites, which were in a very awkward position for me. But if he warps out, we'll let him warp out. We'll just grab our objective, if nothing else. I really do dislike going so top-heavy, but considering all my criticism about this composition, considering I'm using torpedoes after all, so the main portion of my firepower is kind of almost useless, it's working really damn well, even against that frigate swarm, and he had the ideal engagement too. It was really the damn Maelstrom that single-handedly did it, as far as dealing with the frigate swarm. And of course, with their lack of shields, that does make it easy. But it's hard to really say. I don't know what to make anymore. This world makes no sense to me. This game makes no sense to me. I still believe this composition, at least my fleet setup, should not work in the slightest, but yet it is. But I am learning stuff about this matchup, if nothing else. The Maelstrom is really damn valuable. If nothing else, to punish him when he does commit to that aggressive play that kind of involves him not moving. At least standing still to maximize his damage potential. So I could theoretically just have that position in the way to maximize damage if I can't commit myself. But I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure, because I do willingly admit that this fleet composition I have of all these torpedoes is not very good against Eldar. It might be so much better if I swapped out the CM hand favor for more Old Way, mind you, for the Maelstroms, because they are damn potent if nothing else, I suppose. But I don't think the Auroras and the Eclipses should be any good in this matchup regardless. But I do want to play with the Arcanites some more, try and figure out the sweet spot, because maybe having 8 of them is a bad idea. So maybe I try going with 3 Shadows, and that would give me maybe 4 Arcanites? I can't remember how the points line up exactly. At least for 700 points, I'm thinking. But there's still much to learn. Alright, 600 points, another planetary assault, and this time I'm the defender, so maybe this goes well for me? Hard to say, because Chaos is going to have to be the aggressor in that case. But it does remain to be seen. Do I want to go with torpedoes or not? I am going to, without a doubt, going to need some kind of carrier ship, and 600 points kind of suggest I go with the 3 Auroras, because it gives me both the carriers and the damage potential. I would have loved to have played with the double eclipse, double shadow strategy again there. This would have been a good opportunity for it, but the points would not have allowed for it. So we're just going to stick with leveling up the Voidstalker. I am a little bit worried that I may be fighting someone lower Admiral level than me, so I hate to make him feel miserable when he realizes I'm feeling a battleship, for crying out loud. I'm sure that's going to set the mood really well for him quickly. But nonetheless, I do need to seriously take Slaanesh, well, I have to take Slaanesh seriously, what can I say? Because that can ruin my day really quickly, at least if it's on the Voidstalker. I still have confidence that maybe the Auroras can get away relatively safely. It's still going to be awkward, mind you, but with their mobility, they should be fine. So long as I'm fast about getting myself turned around when the Slaanesh actually happens. And I also need to be mindful of spying as early as possible to help get that confirmation if he has Slaanesh favors or not. So let's see what happens either way. Well, we're both ready there. The game's not starting, so this is weirding me out. I don't know what's going on. It scares me. Did he just crash? Did something go wrong? I don't know. We'll know once the timer runs out, I suppose. If I had to guess. Oh, there we go. It's running now. I was a little bit worried maybe that was an indication of like excessive amount of latency, but thankfully not the case. We do need to take these beacons seriously. But I could dodge. I could boost. Yeah, apparently I'm gonna... Well, I was gonna say maybe he was alt-tab, but again, he was readied up, so I'm assuming that's not the case. I just don't know what to make of that. And if I really want to get clever, I could just throw stasis bombs to slow down that Augur recon probe. Kind of pointless, I would imagine, because I'm flying right by him regardless. Now, do I want to assault run as well? I kind of can. He has 4 ships there. He is boosting away. He has the emission dissipator, so... Let's get ready to fire more torpedoes, and I'll save the stasis bombs until at the very end. So let's fire these torpedoes. I may have to fire right away because he's already engaging my ships. It still begs the question, silent run or not? I think I do. It helps encourage maybe a stasis bomb being burnt off early. But he is firing at long range. We know he has point blank weaponry, so... And I can jam all 4 of them once I get close enough. It's going to be a tall order, mind you, but I can still do it. And he is running away from me, which is fine by me. He doesn't get the middle of the map, which is kind of important for how this is going to play out. I want to jam all 4 of them and get ready for a big push. I am about to get fission, so let's keep that in mind. Wait, did I accidentally turn on the autocast? That's a shame. But we are able to do a lot of damage, and he has an Acheron. So, let's see how this goes. Where's your... come on, supercharged void, shield it up, buddy. Now, bomb away, because... And, okay, we are turned around. I am jamming him, keep in mind, so... He's going to have to evade if he wants to dodge these. Because the Voidstalker should be safe. It may take a bit of damage, but it should be safe. Yeah, that thing's going to take a world of hurt. Now, if those bombers can reach the Acheron and finish it off, we're fine. He didn't quite silent run just yet, though. Alas, he may have avoided the bomber attack. But that was damn good effective run regardless. And he did stick a beacon on there, that's fine. Can we finish off the Acheron? I don't care about anything else but the Acheron right now. So let's finish this off quickly. Yeah, this thing's dead. It's already on all sorts of fire. Come on, Slaanesh me, I dare you. That thing is without a doubt dead. And he did beacon a bunch of my ships, but we did a big deal. We did a lot of damage to him. That's pretty damn significant. And we burnt the supercharged void shield too. I gotta be careful about letting I gotta be careful about letting the hollow field fall off though, mind you. But that is a damn good start. We got rid of his most potent damage potential. Now, can we do it again? What's the biggest threat? This is, what is it? This is an Akron, so the slaughter, I would argue, is the bigger priority, but if I can damage this thing, that'd be good. Actually, why am I even trying to commit? Let him come to me. He kind of has to right now. Just take my time, get out of range, and force him in an awkward predicament here, because I still have stasis bombs on these things. And sure, he may have vision on me, but he still has to fly towards me if he wants to do that damage. Since I think, well, I could check to see if I'm out of range at this point. Well, that's the slaughter, so that was the worst ship to try and target. So keep the hollow fields from falling off. 10 seconds till that fades, so we're fine in that regard. And if possible, force a solid run on the slaughter. That's what I want to do.
The Eldar stand ready.
We did get a what is it? With supercharged void shield, so we're okay in that regard. It's sadly not quite lost its shields just yet for any like supercharged void shield, so that's fine. We still have beacons. We can get the auroras in there just fine, and I do still have sensors, so fire your lances away, buddy. Okay, I see what he's doing there. That's fine by me. We just need to get vision to hit this thing. Oh, we have vision on this, so let's make that the priority. Try to.
The Eldar stand ready.
Go after that. We are going to do some damage there. I do have torpedoes coming up. I just got to make sure. Okay, he jammed everything, so that was badly timed as far as my bombers, mind you, but I'm still waiting for the micro warp jump, and one of my ships still has vision, so that's fine. Let's keep hitting this thing. This is still going to hurt no matter what he does. Let's just make sure we get these ships out as quickly as possible. Minimize the damage, and of course fire assault as I basically do my repair, so that's a bit of a pain. So that's a lot of damage. I'm happy with that there. We just gotta try and manage to spread it out some. And I do have a micro warp jump, but let's stasis bomb and actually deal with this Hellbringer next. It has a beacon to stick on me. This will force it back. I really want to finish off that slaughter though. Now, the bombers are launched, his solid run is off, so it still remains to be seen if I can do the damage necessary. And now, this will at least force his beacons to do something there. He would have to beacon me again. I am taking the damage. I could get super aggressive here. I don't think I want to. In all honesty, I'm in good shape. He is probably going to reach the cloud, although he may not. Let's not kid ourselves. So let's just cripple this thing as much as possible. Okay, we actually got the slaughter, so that paid off nicely. That paid off very nicely. Now, insubordination, I think we got this. With all things said, we kind of got this. It's only a Hellbringer and a second Akron. Even with all this damage here, I do need to be mindful of potential critical hits ruining my day, mind you. But I think we got this. Let's seal the deal. Yeah, there's what I mean by the hits. It's the only thing you can shoot at, so let's kind of correct that. And sadly, I do not. Well, let's see. Sorry, beacons. There's the critical hits now, causing problems. So fire your lances. That was bad. That was sadly a little too far, but it did amazing damage to that last pulsar. So let's go in and finish the day. It might get a little bit ugly, but once that Akron's dead, we're fine. He is gonna try and jam, I think. So let's not get too carried away. Because if he refuses to warp out, then I'm gonna have to kill him regardless. Let's just try. Let's keep an eye on him trying to auger a Shrupt. That's the big thing there. He will have to auger a Shrupt here quickly. Okay. Come after me. Aw, he ran away. That's no fun. That's no fun. I still have my hollow field, so you would think that it should be fine still. And that was a bad angle. So let's keep going after the ship here. The Voidstalker will still be able to contribute. It's losing all its components, mind you, but
The red way is opening to us.
interesting. This turn ugly really quickly, but it's victory. It's still victory. That was a rough ending, though. With that all said, I didn't need to commit to an engagement, so I was victorious no matter what. But that damage just came out of nowhere from those lances, I gotta say. That was a little bit silly, but it's still heavily damaged, so technically it wasn't really destroyed, which is weird considering an earlier episode we witnessed 3 of my ships getting destroyed because of a damn maelstrom after we destroyed the convoy mission, so this is really weird how that happened. But nonetheless, that felt like a big success. That burst damage, though, that just came out of nowhere. So we have a rematch here. We know we can kind of do well at disengaging and fighting at a distance. It seems like there's a possibility things can go horribly wrong when I try and play aggressive like that. At least it seems like it anyway. Which is kind of weird considering lances always hit no matter the range, but there is always that weird chance of suffering unfortunate critical hits, so how do I want to play this here? I like the eclipses for the health points, mind you, because the auroras could die relatively quickly there, but I am in a bit of conflict of interest because I want the eclipses there. We didn't really see any bombers, so potentially I can get away with not having the Voidstalker, but I kind of need to kind of fight at range safely. It's a great bait, if nothing else, to kind of force supercharged Void Shields do damage to him at a distance. And of course, if it forces the beacons on his if it forces the beacons on the Voidstalker, then that's less on the Auroras. But with autocast apparently set, that may not be the same likely, because it seems like he puts the beacons on me immediately, regardless of what. As soon as as soon as he gets vision of me there. But we've seen that the slow and steady route can work. I don't think I want all my Auroras grouped together, because it's likely they're going to get spotted. And I want to abuse maybe him not having any beacons available. Although how many ships he's going to have for this is the big question. Because I feel like he's going to have a recon probe on all of them. So he probably could still stick the beacons on all my ships if he so wishes. So far I'm seeing nothing. So we'll see. We will see. He's just taking a sweet time there. What's the layout? Layout is pretty straightforward. He's probably going to deploy over on the right to maybe use that gas cloud, kind of like bait me into it. Although, he is fine. We just gotta remember not to get too carried away with launching the bombers unless I have assurances I can hit him with it. Because otherwise then they're just easily countered by an auger disruptor, let alone the gas cloud. So, we saw this coming.
Commander, we obey.
So let's get going. Let's try and spread out.
Swiftly.
Try and do what we can here. They are on autocast, so that's really weird. I will criticize that. You don't need to summon like 2 of them, but okay. And if I can get some torpedo hits, that's always a plus, regardless. We'll see what happens. The Voidstalker, without a doubt, should probably be the one to take point, as much as possible. So that way it can draw the most fire, it can force the beacons out, and we should be all golden there. Just gotta make sure we're all set. Force them out of the gas cloud as much as possible. That's the real attention. Oh. Well, that's a bit of a shame. I almost flew into the beacon.
Yes, Commander. We
That was a bit of a letdown. Oh, that was a big disappointment on my end there. But I could play safe. I don't even... Remember, I could fight blind, so... I could force him to do what he may not want to do.
we ride the solar wind.
And I could just take my time. If I can get torpedo hits, that would be amazing in the best case situation. Because he is also burning cogitators, let's not kid ourselves, so... If I could keep burning those cogitators, that'd be great. Although, move for me, please.
Infinity circuits active.
I would like you to move my ships. Now, this is really awkward angle for shooting multiple torpedoes. But I can play the waiting game. The Voidstalker is going to take point.
Setting sail.
force him out of the gas cloud, keep an eye on his movement there, and start denying him his gas cloud. That's really all I care about. So that way he has to use Solid Run if he wants to try and deny me the bombers or any other abilities I may try and utilize.
Yes, Commander. We obey.
I did get some hits, but not that torpedo wave's not going to do me much, alas. So let's keep on going. We know where he's at. I did turn on my autocast, so let's fix that quickly. And I also got to keep in mind my dang ships are going to be positioned really oddly here, so let's be careful. And I kind of know where his ships are, so let's be careful about this. Okay. So we got to keep an eye on this. I would like to fire. That wasn't what I want, but okay.
Moving to that location.
Get everything out. He burnt a lot of his emission. Well, he burnt a lot of his solid running. Let's not kid ourselves. So, Auger Disruptor's also spent. So, can we do more damage? Because this can hurt a lot. He did beacon me, but at the same time, I was hoping the jammy would actually be off by now. So this is a bit of a pain. Alright, so we are getting out there, because it is supposed to be 25 seconds or so I saw it. There we go, that's much better.
Infinity circuits active.
So, let's try and get ready for this, because my formation is a little bit off. I still have repairs, and I want to fire all my weaponry and kill this slaughter quickly, because this is going to hurt until I do the damage I need to. Awkward layout there. They rammed each other, so that I was not expecting very much, but keep on going. Maybe I boosted too early there. I don't know what happened there. I felt like that since I used the false maneuver, they wouldn't have rammed each other, you would think. But that's good damage still. I just gotta be mindful of him trying to do more. Because if he tries to come after me, he can't really lance very well. This may not go well for me until the beacons fall off, because again, beacons are on everything. He has the extended range, but how do I follow it up, though? I still have torpedoes, mind you, but I don't think they're going to work very well unless I could predict he's going to come in super aggressive-like. This is going to be the tricky part, because I'm basically just giving him free damage if I don't try and commit to any kind of engagement. Especially with the belt armor kind of failing me a bit. But more damage is always welcome, and I can disengage sort of freely, but I am going to have to give up a bit of ground. I would have loved that kill. I would have loved a little more effectiveness with my attack, because the supercharged void shield is going to come back up. The only thing I can think of is this one Aurora that's kind of hitting right now. Let's try. I do also have torpedoes that kind of force him in awkward layout, awkward position, so I don't know what's the best approach here, because we are going to be stuck with this for 3 minutes there, but I do have lances. I just want to try and hit the slaughter again before his supercharged void shield comes back up. I do have the means. Let's just... So there's the Acheron. I'm not in a good position to follow it up. Unless... Let's see, no jamming. Can I do the bombing damage I want?
The Eldar stand ready.
Oh, and the deck died too. That was bad timing. If only my deck hadn't died there, I could have at least followed up with this.
Returning infinity circuit to rest.
Okay, supercharged void shield's up, so that's a little unfortunate. I'm gonna have to try and chase and go for the kill, though.
Acknowledged.
I want to try for this kill. Alright, everyone get out. This is gonna hurt a bit. Now, kill us or slaughter, will you? That is dead. So, is it a huge success? Hard to say just yet. Because I am still taking damage. We have repairs up, although that was some repairs on something that didn't need repairs, mind you. So, let's keep our cool. Good damage on that thing. So, can we keep hitting these things? Probably not. And this thing's gonna take a ton of damage because, yeah. Unfortunately, it's gonna take a lot of damage, so.
Yes, Commander.
Although he is running away from me, so this is 1+ for me. He can't quite engage as well as he would like. And I don't have Dex. Alright, so keep on going. That doesn't have supercharged void shield, so this might hurt a bit for him.
The Eldar stand ready.
And I don't have cogitator, so this could suck a bit too.
Until the end.
Okay, this is really awkward for me here, because now the position's all off.
Until the end.
I do need to keep doing damage. It's not going to happen very well. Let's try and get this thing out, if nothing else. I may have been playing too passive there.
Until the end.
We'll see. I still need to try and kill off the Acheron still.
Void is our home now.
Okay, and I can still do it. I have the means to. Now we just gotta focus on this.
Setting sail.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go for aggressive play. Let's isolate him. If he has to chase after me, that's actually the best case situation. Because now he's kind of isolated a little bit. I just gotta do the damage necessary.
Death was foretold.
This might be dead though. These other two are pretty crippled. So I don't think I can do it as much as I would like.
Moving to that location.
Just don't void explosion, we're golden.
Acknowledged.
And I rammed into something there, so I don't know what that ram was. But
Till the end.
keep firing. Keep firing. Get the maelstrom ready.
At your service.
And now try and get these turned around. I don't think I could do very much though.
The Eldar stand ready. Yes, Commander. We obey.
Alright, you can boost on out there, right? Oh, he's just chained Slanesh there so far, so. So far it's working out well, but I'm dying to the lances at this point, so that's not what's causing issues. So try and finish this thing off. Probably not going to work very well. Yeah, this is probably game.
At your service.
Alas. I probably played a little bit too passive. I should have played more aggressively, I think. Because this Voidstalker could do so much work for me. And my Salt Running is not even working either, so. You know something's bugged out if I'm apparently still seen for whatever reason. It could be some weird latency causing my Voidstalker to get spotted. I don't know what to tell you there.
Setting sail.
But there's some... I was definitely enjoying that there. It's just a question if I shouldn't... If maybe I shouldn't play as slow as I could have. Good experience. I enjoyed that. I could have definitely... If I got a little more aggressive, that would have been fine there.
Till the end.
I feel like I could have definitely done that better.
Yes, Commander. We obey.
Because if I can get any reliable bombs or bombing attempts with the Voidstalker, those ships die that much more faster too.
The void is our home.
And with the extended range, yeah. It's weird, yeah, because this is the first real time I fought a straight-up Chaos Fleet too, so... I am willing to give this one more try. I want to see if I can improve upon this. The Slaanesh is a big scare because we see him. I believe he swapped out all his favors too, didn't he? I see every single one is Slaanesh too, so that doesn't do me much favors if I were to play super aggressive. I'm kind of being countered a little bit. It feels like anyway, because Siege Cloud is so valuable for the solid run potential it can give you. But let's try this one more time. Let's end this off properly, because I feel like I can do some good work there. I just gotta be mindful. Again, he's got beacons on everything. Now, again, it's a question, Voidstalker or no, if I were to go for that fleet, against that fleet again. Because the jamming's probably not all that useful with him having beacons on everything. So it probably doesn't help me, and if I go with dual eclipses, I'm very vulnerable to the Slaanesh. With more torpedoes, a lot more blind fire potential with him using the assault run. Really a hard choice. Alright, let's give this one more try here. I'm enjoying this matchup. It's just a question of what's the right play. Because again, Slaanesh means it's really dangerous for me to get super aggressive. That feels like anyway, especially since it seems like he was chained to Slaanesh too, so I don't know what's the best approach. If I can separate his fleet and try dive bomb the one isolate one, that might be good for me. Hell, there was a window really early on that where I could have gone super aggressive and dive bombed him when his fleet was spread out. I just didn't jump on top that there as aggressively as I probably should have. So maybe that was a bit of a mistake there. Although more than likely he would have tried running away, but if he's not able to chain the Slaanesh very well, then he can't really get aggressive. He couldn't follow up with what he was trying to do with the Hellbringers and get in my face. And any kills I can get is still good kills. So I want to try and get more damage going than he does. And also begs the question, I didn't really use my orders very well either, because I kind of was withholding them for Assault Run, but we kind of already know that's not going to work because of the dang the beacons on everything. So I wonder if I want to go all out with like the reload. It speeds up my repairs, it speeds up my pulsars. Maybe that's what I want to do there. We'll see. The main strategy though is to spread out his fleet. And I could Salt Run. I probably should do an early Salt Run, but is that really helpful? Again, we talked about how it kind of gives away my position some still, unless I keep the Auroras near my Voidstalker. So it remains to be seen. And since I'm firing torpedoes anyway, it doesn't help me much, because I am giving away my position every 40 seconds. But at least he's not going to know where they're coming from, but I feel like this isn't going to help me. So I just gotta make sure I'm not put in a situation where don't have my reload up for the actual fight itself. So let's try this again. And make sure we are careful with our torpedoes, because again, I want the Voidstalker to kind of take point, ideally. And if there's a way I can bait a beacon out of him, that would be great too. I don't think it's likely, but I would love to bait the beacons. The more beacons that he gets no value out of, the better. We'll see. He is boosting completely away, but the closer I get, the less time he has to respond. Let's just not get our formation really spread out too aggressively, because I still have a stasis bomb, which I haven't been using the best, but I kind of want to make it so that way. Let's see. With that said, let's get ready for an engagement here. Because this is likely to slaughter. Let's see, beacon there. He's going to get nowhere with that. Let's see. Now, let's see where this thing's going. Because Salt Run unfortunately is off there, so he sees where I'm at for the time being. Second beacon's going.
The Eldar stand ready.
I don't want to give him any easy reveals, though. I want him to infest with his other abilities if he's going to try and spot me. Because at least I could take my time with this phase, with no issues at all. Now, the question is punishing this play. That's what I want to do. Try and punish that shenanigans. That was a bad torpedo shot, mind you, but... that's unfortunate. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to aim my torpedoes there. Oh well. I could still take my time with this. Use these torpedoes to try bait this one here. And he does see it. And I still have solid run. He is getting separate though. So can I do damage with this in any way?
Yes, Commander. We obey.
Because he does know where my Voidstalker's at. Just gotta be mindful of his positioning there for when he might reveal me. I want to stay outside of the 7,000 range if possible, especially when I have my solid run on cooldown. He's got a weird little line here. I want to really punish this. That crap, that sucks. I took a torpedo hit because of that dive, but if I can do damage, that'd be great, especially on the flank. So, unfortunately, the Voidstalker was also revealed, so that's a bit of a pain.
Yes, Commander.
So beacons on everything, so that was a really bad engagement on my end, alas.
Your death was foretold.
But can we force damage on these things?
Moving to that location.
Because I am doing damage to this. The Acheron's taking a ton of hits, but...
Moving to that location.
Okay, so... there's a micro-warp jump panic. So that's fine there. I am taking a lot of damage, so let's be careful on this. Let's try and get aggressive here. Be mindful of the auger disruptors, because everything's already beaconed, so I shouldn't have to be worried that much. It's... do we stasis bomb? Let's see. We can still go after this thing. Let's try to without getting ourselves killed, possibly. Because, let's see, which ones are the ones in front? Actually, let's just boost with all of them. That's an easy way to get this moving. So he did... okay, he slashed, that's fine there. I would have loved to bomb him, but... probably not going to happen just yet because of that. So I gotta be careful here. So gotta be careful of this. My Voidstalker's in a bad spot, so... this is a really awkward engagement for me. Okay, so Slaughter. That has supercharged void shield, so let's keep that in mind. And so long as he doesn't get the ramming damage he would like, this may not be too bad just yet. Because it was already taking a world of hurt. Just gotta be mindful. Let's see. That should be dead, so that's a good start there. Now, that was an unfortunate ram, so I'm not gonna... I won't deny that. Hellbringers take... the Voidstalker took an amazing amount of damage, holy crap.
Yes, Commander.
I didn't think the Slaughter would be that much of a pain, so that ram was really unfortunate. But is there any way we can finish this up?
The Eldar stand ready.
Yeah, the Voidstalker's gone. That was a really bad engage that mostly did it for me there. Especially with the chain slash. Because normally, having 5 slashes would be really bad for you, so I feel like a lot of this is because I'm being countered, metagamed a little bit. I feel like it. Because now I have an actual no damage potential. But it had real promise. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it there. It sucks being metagamed though. Because I feel like if this was a proper fleet, like Imperial Navy, I think I would have an easy time against this, because he has no siege cloud. If I was like Orcs, well, It's hard to say with orcs there, because once the tractor cannons get on him, he's going to die really damn quickly. So it's hard to truly say how credible this match is because of that. Because 2 or 3 Slaaneshes I could see, but 5? Well, 4 really with the slaughter. It's hard to buy. Hard to really say, because yeah, Eldar are only really the only ones that are neutered by the Slaanesh favor. And of course, getting detected like that before I can actually engage properly was a huge mistake. That's kind of why I want the Voidstalker to take point there and do the damage it could have. And hell, if it forced micro warp jumps before I even got revealed, that would have been amazing there. So, alas, it had to end off on not on the best note there. But I enjoyed the match.